Do Phel Me podcast.
Yo.
That was a lot of Phel-me's. I think I'm felling myself.
There's nothing wrong with feeling yourself.
We're here
really
with Clifton Poe.
What is up, y'all?
He's with Health, Wealth, and Wellness.
Health, fitness, wealth, business in the building. This has been long overdue. It's something that we've been trying to plan for I don't know how long, and it's just I hit her up a couple weeks ago when she came back from New York. I was like, we need to make this podcast interview happen for my birthday month, and here we are. We're making it happen. It's April 17th for those who are listening at a later notice.
And your birthday though was last week.
It was April the 6th.
So you turned
31.
Oh, you're still young. 31. I'm like barking up on 40. So you have a lot going on, like a lot going on.
Jeez.
So you have your first book, and we just like started working on your second book, and it's out and it's ready, right? Like you can purchase your second part to the first part. So tell us about that.
Dollar and a Vision. It's kind of like a continuation from What's Wealth Without Work. It's me kind of just going a little bit deeper as far as helping people, quote unquote, understand their brand, spread their message with a purpose, and kind of just understand the importance of why empires rise and fall by the power of the dollar. And me kind of just telling people at the end of the day, hey, if I can do it, so can you. And pretty much that's where the idea of Dollar and a Vision came from. That and the concept of just like, people like to say dollar and a dream all the time. I look at it more as a dollar and a vision because you have to see it in order to believe it, and hence that's how you can make things happen.
So that's part of that manifesting, huh?
Yeah, it's manifesting at its finest.
Like if they build it, they will come.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's all about just having a vision as far as what you want to do, and it's just seeing is believing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the part 2 of your book, you can go to Amazon.
It's on Amazon. As a matter of fact, it just came out on Amazon today. So for those who are listening right now, stop what you're doing, go to Amazon.com, type in Dollar and a Vision. It's going to come up, and it's going to be worth the read, I promise y'all.
Are they hardback or paper copy both? You can purchase your poison. Is it digital?
There's an ebook available, and there's a paperback version available at this moment on Amazon.
And how much is it going for?
Ebooks $10, paperbacks $15. So
Not
please
bad.
purchase
Be a
your
good
copy.
present for somebody's birthday. Right?
Yeah.
Purchase it for a present.
Exactly.
Besides that, you are a part of Mission of Mercy. Okay.
Yes.
And so we have, a couple of things going on. So tell us about what's coming up this next couple weeks. You have something on the 29th.
Yes, well, the 28th.
28th.
The 28th and the 29th, actually. But the 28th is going to be interesting because I'm hosting a festival, my second festival at Mission of Mercy. For those who are listening, I'm actually part of the Mission of Mercy Leadership Council and have been since January of this year. And it was kind of my idea of just trying to bring not only more awareness to the building and the wonderful staff they have there, because their mission comes down to just like healing with love. And when they say healing with love, it's kind of like healing with God's love, and just kind of just letting that feeling come down and making all the patients who come in on a regular basis feel like home, especially for those who don't have any insurance, who don't have like Medicare, Medicaid, who are low income, that kind of situation.
So they advocate for you.
Yeah, they really do.
Good.
And then me just kind of just teaming up with them based off of what I'm doing as far as in the health and wellness world, just in overall life itself. It only made sense for me to collaborate with them, and it was kind of like, I remember going on tours of the building back when the United Chambers were doing like Buenos Dias breakfasts there and stuff, and I remember just walking through when they were doing the tours like, this building has like so much potential. Why don't people host like events here more? That's what I was thinking at the time. Mm-hmm. And then one day I just decided to reach out to Sherry and was just like, hey, let's have a meeting. I want to talk about hosting an event there. And that's how the Healthy Heart Act of Kindness Festival came together in February, and that's kind of like now the follow-up with this festival, which I don't know if people realize this or not. The month of April is Stress Awareness Month, we all get stressed out all the damn time. So it's like, we need to figure out ways not how to cope with it, and we need to figure out ways on how to handle it, because the world is only getting crazier and crazier by the day. So this is kind of like my idea of being like, hey, I want to raise awareness for stress awareness, bring together a group of people who, of course, could speak on that from different, like, work fields, different, just overall different life experiences, because we're all different and we have our own story to tell. So it's like, that's kind of the whole idea behind that. Is just, hey, come out, make some donations to Missions of Mercy, come learn about how you can cope with stress, and overall just, just help raise awareness for a good cost, really.
And I was actually a participant in your first one, and we had really great speakers. There was really great food. As much interaction as we could have. It was like a great turnout. So it's definitely something people need to consider. And besides like doing stuff for like stress awareness, you do meditation practices, you do them group, and you do them one-on-one.
Yes, I do.
So I had the pleasure of doing meditation with you, and it was a lot of breathing and silencing my mind, and just like focusing on your voice, which for someone who's like ADD like me, and high anxiety, it was like really challenging to give up the 30 minutes to do it. So I could definitely see how coming, to your event and them learning a little bit about meditation practices, or just like quick techniques they can do on the fly, you know?
Meditation, exercise, just learning how to deal with their relationships as far as personally, professionally, just figuring out like how to basically not step on someone else's toes,
or redirect your personal stuff into your
that
business stuff.
Exactly.
That leave it at the door kind of mentality.
Yes.
But sometimes it just carries over.
It does.
Yeah, got you. I like that. What else do we? Oh, so you just got done doing a little dance thing.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about that, and
the Celebrity Spirit Dinner. It's a funny story on how that came about. Like, a lot of people don't know like the whole backstory behind it. I actually went to the event last year because I was a guest of the IBC Bank table. Shout out to Curtis Clark, the VP over there at IBC Bank, and also the VP of the Black Chambers of Commerce, and a whole bunch of other things that take a whole nother time to get into all that. But they were asking him to do the event. And I remember he got tired of wanting to do it, and they were asking him, oh, was there anybody else who we know wanted to do it? He was like, I know just the person. Hey, Clifton, come and want to do this Celebrity Spirit Dinner? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And it was Curtis and a combination of Miss Laura Estrada from Lift Fund, and who's actually the Celebrity Spirit Dinner President Board or something like that. She came to me and was like, hey, you want to do this Celebrity Spirit Dinner? I think this would be great recognition for you and all this stuff. So I'm like, why not? I mean, the first thing I thought of it was like, this is going to be like some Dancing with the Stars.
That's what I was thinking too.
So I was like, you know what? Why not? I mean, I'm not the best dancer, but hey, worst case scenario, I might trip, fall, embarrass myself a little bit, but it's not like I'm going to die from the experience or something. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it, see what happens, and overall it was a good time. I literally only practiced like 3 times with my dance partner before we actually
That's
did it.
what you said when you came in last week.
I know, I was like, I only practiced literally 3 times. We could have practiced more, but scheduling and timing wasn't right in between the first 2 practices, and literally the last practice we had was like 2 days before the event. So it was like, no big deal. Have to just let it all come within muscle memory, get the steps down. It was like a basic 2-step cha-cha dance and everything. We danced to the song Boney James, We Came to Party. That was my backup plan. My original song I really wanted to dance to, which most people don't realize, was the song Family Affairs by Mary J. Blige.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, I just pictured myself dancing to that song, but it was like, gotta turn it down just a little bit. So I'm like, all right, let's do the next best song I can think of. We Came to Party by Boney James, and then I played it for her, and she was like, you know what, we can probably work something with this. Chopped it up, did it, and we did the 3 practices. I show up there, it was a great experience, great turnout. You know, everybody, all the dancers there were such wonderful people. And you know you did something right when even the people who dance and have more experience than you within dancing tell you, hey, you might have a potential within this. I mean, you got the look, you got the body. You should consider taking more dance classes and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't know if
down for the cause.
I'm like, I'm just supporting a cause. I'm just doing a favor for a couple of friends, you know. I mean, but if y'all really think that I was that good, I mean, hey, more power to you. I mean, but who knows? I may do some more dance practices, but
Well, where's the footage?
where is the footage? I mean, there is footage out there. I actually have people who actually recorded it and who were supposed to send it to me. I'm not going to mention who it was, but
I hope we're going to get it soon.
Hopefully we'll get it soon. And
piggyback it onto this video and just like a snippet.
I could. Once I get the video, I would love to do that.
That would be so funny.
But yes, the Celebrity Spirit Dinner, it was great. It was a great time. I mean...
So, question.
Yeah.
Celebrity Spirit Dinner. Celebrity. Yeah. So how did they decide who's the local celebrities? Who are the other celebrities? Tell me.
I know. Well, I don't remember all of them off the top of their head. I know one of them was Raphael Kutzen. I want to say his name was. He's like a ballet dancer, and he's done like different types of dance styles like tango and all this other stuff. I know, what's her name? The United Board Chair, Renee Mendoza, whatever her name was. She was part of it. And there was actually a funny story behind that, our interaction alone, which I'm going to tell in just a second. But there was a doctor couple. One was a doctor, the other one, I forgot what the other profession was. So it was a different variety of dancers and stuff. Some of them been there before. Others were kind of brand new with this. Like Miss Mendoza, there was actually a funny story behind that. This is kind of like behind the scenes stuff. When we were talking, I was talking backstage to my dance instructor. She comes up to me, sees me all dressed up how I was dressed up and everything, and I was just having my phone out, just doing random scrolling. She really thought that I was trying to like take orders for like drinks or something, thinking I was a waiter or something. I'm like, no, I'm one of the dance people who
you had the waiter's attire on.
Yeah, I had the black, I had the all
white
shirt.
You're a celebrity chick.
I'm like, damn, like that's what we're doing. But that was a funny interaction. And then after she got past that, she was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Gave me like the biggest hug in the world and just like, I've just been going through a lot. I just need a drink just to kind of settle my nerves because I'm so nervous about this. And I'm like, I'm nervous too, but worst case scenario, I'm gonna improv it, I'm gonna wing it, and I'm just gonna make it happen. Like
do some Saturday Night Live. Do the spin and just be like, wah!
That's exactly what I was doing. I was doing a whole lot of improv-ing. Like I forgot almost a few of the steps. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, my goal was play it off. Like don't make it look like you don't know what you're doing. Just play it off with something, and just it all came naturally. Well, when you throw in a couple of drinks, it makes it a whole lot easier. Just FYI for those listening. I mean, I may or may not have had one or two drinks in me before dancing, but it flowed more smoothly. It really did. And I
always feel like a better dancer with alcohol myself.
It's just something about whenever you get like a little bit of
just that. Cuts the nerve.
Exactly. It's like when you get a wraparound of the sippy poo. It's like, there you go.
Just don't drink too much, and you're doing spins. It's all.
Exactly. Okay. You don't need to be throwing up on the dance floor.
So who won? So was it dance all style? Like someone got like crowned like the best dancers?
Yes. It was actually the same person who won it last year that won.
See, I don't think you should be able to do that. I really don't. I think if you won you got to pass the reins the next year. You know, reigning champions. I'm just like. I'm kind of like that with the binge too, with the best of the best.
Yeah.
It's like if you've already been the best of the best 3 years in a row, don't you think like we know?
Yeah.
Let somebody else's small business get the limelight. Like why do we keep for 5-10 years let the same people win? Like.
I already knew I wasn't gonna win. My goal was just trying to get many people's attention as possible and build up
And
the
donations.
recognition. And donations.
Because we did do a post with donations.
Yes, we did. And
the reason why I keep seeing we on his stuff, it's not because like, it's because I do his social media for those are, they, because I don't want them to think like, dude, she is always taking credit. No, I do his social media, so I know all his schedules and all his organizations, so I just consider it. Like, so what did we do this week? But he keeps me busy, that a lot of y'all do. But other than the dance off, did they tell you like overall how much y'all like, y'all raised?
No, that's actually a question I'm still wondering the answer to. I don't even know how much money I raised. I know it was quite a lot, and I did have a handful of people. Like, whenever you have people come up to you just telling you, hey, you did a good job, you should have won, I voted for you, I donated for you, that alone.
You're like fan favorite. If they could give away that,
I
just nominated you and just designated you fan favorite of that event. So there, we'll get you a sash.
Yeah, something. I can use some sort of plaque, some sort of ribbon. I'm cool with that, But
if I can speak for the fans.
Yeah, but just hearing people come up to me and praise me as far as for how well I did, that alone lets me know that I want any more than receiving a plaque or a trophy, because one, they took time out of their day to come to the thing, and two, the fact that I was able to blow them away and they were able to be mesmerized by what I was doing, I already won. I don't care. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it.
And they're telling you to go professional, so there's that.
That's it. Exactly.
They're like, go professional dancer, man. Dang, I want to see the video.
I know. I want to see the video too. I would love to see a replay. Like,
maybe we should do a little dance off one day.
You never know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. Like, just have people like, hey, get teams, $20 a team, $5, $10 a person. Suck at math, so that's what it is. I did remedial in college. That's what it is. So that was like, but we'll make a little bit of a donation towards something that like we could do for inner city kids, because they do dance programs like that in New York and stuff. Like up there, I learned so much. But they have inner city dance programs that they go to the school. These professional dancers and these kids actually go and compete, and it's part of like their curriculum. But it's a regular school.
Yeah, I hear that.
That can't be me.
It's all good.
That could be me, but my phone's on do not disturb. So
It's all good.
Dang, that's the third podcast that's happened.
We improvise,
I am so sorry, guys. So I'm a mom, and I have a homeschooled kid, and then just calls, and it's always gray.
And just for the record, everybody who's listening to this episode of the podcast is second what Felicia said. She's a wonderful mom. She's a kick-ass mom, and she's always all over the place with her children, literally going all out for them. That I will second, because I've seen it firsthand. Just
thank
FYI.
Oh, but thank you. And we didn't announce. You're in my podcast studio. Look at this wall. So what do you think?
Yes, I mean, this
it's
is
purplish.
It's purplish.
And
it's
pinkish,
magenta.
yeah.
I love the
These
background.
are like your colors.
It is. I mean, I remember whenever I first walked into the studio, like last week to check it out, I literally couldn't take my eyes off of this background. If you could be here and see it, it's just like, oh, whoa.
It's a lot brighter in person.
It really is. Like,
You did amazing. Good job.
I'm trying my best not to keep my eyes off of it right now. I'm like, golly.
No, because like I was gonna do an entire different backdrop over there, and then this ended up being like my focal point, for now. And now I'm thinking like maybe the same artist needs to just come and do my backdrop, because all this is gonna be blocked in, and for privacy. And then you just walk down the hallway, you get the Insta walls, and then you go back there to the body contouring, which I totally want you to do the ab abductors, the ab treatment. It's like a machine, and it just pulls your abs, and it's like 2,500 crunches in 10 minutes, but you just lay there.
You have told me that before.
Like I think I haven't had a guy do it yet, but Beauty Wasted, she's about that life, and she's teaching me a lot. And I think because we're already naturally athletic, it'll show on us more than I think a newly athletic person.
Honestly, I'm offered challenging myself as far as just, figuring out ways on how I can improve my overall abs. And I mean, that probably is something I'll probably be like, whoa, and then I'll just probably sit and be laying there like, wait, what just happened? Is it supposed to feel like
Yeah,
this?
that's exactly how she says most men act, because women don't kind of act like that, because like you know what I mean. But I started at a 10. A week later, I went back for a second treatment, and I had to go down to an 8 because I was still so sore that a 10 was too much. I was like, nah. So we had to dial it back a notch. And every time I get a good sore, I'm petite, you know, I have natural like ab lines and things, so my muscle memory goes right back, so I don't really get squishy. But I can tell you, like, a couple days after the treatment, you can see they they never relaxed again.
Yeah, that's something I would probably do. You know?
Yeah, because that's something like I think men can really take advantage of, is just getting the insta abs kind of filling, and then doing the side, which you don't have them, but a lot of guys have like those love handles. So we do wraps, and we have like laser lipo that can help take some of those inches off and just kind of, you know, modify the body a little bit without any surgical procedures. But we do like post-op care too. So anybody of your clients need anything to tighten their skin after losing a lot of weight and stuff, they can come in.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then our clients that are getting all this stuff need some desperate of fucking meditation, because they just went through tummy tucks, some of these women, and we do the post-op care, so their anxiety is really high, which like makes their treatment longer, you know what I mean, and harder. So we've been suggesting that they do some meditation and stuff. So you might consider, you know.
And I want to say this about meditation, as far as why it's important and why I do it literally every day, if not twice a day. Meditation, it just allows me to basically just get in tune with myself, like really understand the importance of like the mind and body connection, and really I align myself really with, most people don't know about this, we all have a chakra system that's within us, and the best way you can align it is through meditation. Like, just when you're meditating and you're closing your eyes and you're sitting in the silence, just imagine like you have like an elevator that's inside of your body, and it's kind of going up like this, going up nice and fast. It's literally shooting from like your intuition, which is of course your gut, which is why they say your gut feeling, traveling all the way through your heart, hence start from your heart, right? It always comes back to your heart, which is the source of information and just all answers in general. And then it shoots up all the way to your mind, to where it basically taps into that like third eye territory. Like, a lot of people don't understand the importance of the chakra system, and how once you have all that aligned, anything else that happens in the physical doesn't affect you anymore. Because as long as you're in tune with the chakra system, you're absolutely fine. And that's why it's very important to meditate, at least for me personally, that, and just take a deep breath, relax, you know? I mean, I know there's a lot going on, but at the same time, the moment you master your breath, you master your mind. And once your mind is mastered, you could train it to go any direction you want, any position you want to put it in. That way your whole entire body can follow, which is why I say in my personal meditation practice, we train the mind, we explore it, then we restore it in order. That way the body can follow through and carry out whatever order the mind is trying to basically throw out there.
That is the opposite direction of chaos.
Exactly. Exactly.
Basically, so just think of it that way. You want less chaos in your mind, you need to center it. And it's like, it's harder than it looks.
It really is. I mean, I remember when I first meditated for the first time, one of the first times where I felt like it affected me tremendously was in 2017. This is when I was trying to take my national exam to be passed to become a pharmacy technician. I was so stressed out. I was like, God, I just need to like sit down and relax. And I don't even know how I thought of it, or it just literally just happened. One of those things just naturally. I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit down for a little bit and I'm going to try it out. Because I pondered with it before but never really dove into it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to just dive into it and see what happens. Sat there. I remember it was like maybe 10-15 minute meditation. But then I literally woke up from that meditation kind of just like a new person. And I was just like, yeah. it was an interesting experience for the most part, and I was just like, man, it was like it left me relaxed. It left me like calm, cool, and collective to the point where I was like, I got this exam, went in there, passed it, and wound up celebrating. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this tool of meditation in my back pocket and pull it out whenever I need it. And then went from that to me actually loving it, doing it more, and becoming obsessed and addicted to it, kind of like all other things in life, but just minus all the chaos, more for peace, love, positivity, that kind of thing.
So you replace like old bad habits with a good new habit, which is meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that just makes sense.
It really does.
So does your wifey or girlfriend, does she meditate with you? Do y'all meditate like as partners?
Yes, we do. We don't do it every night. I would say at least once or twice a week. We've been doing that a lot more recently. Like, she's actually putting in the effort because she sees me doing it all the time. It's like I tell her this all the time. It's like everything that I'm doing, it's like it's eventually going to rub off on you. It may not rub off on you right away, but in due time. And sure enough, we have been meditating together. We have been doing yoga together, maybe, like I said, once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's that practice what you preach kind of thing right there. Good, because there's, I met her a couple of times, and she's so quiet and chill, so it's like she has to meditate.
And trust me, you know how it's just.
You look at me and you're like, she's high strung. She need to meditate, but she don't.
It's such a struggle just trying to pull her in, just to be like, all right, babe, you down to meditate and do some yoga before we relax? There's times where she'll be open-minded and just jump right into it. Then there's times where it's like, I gotta like pull it out of her or negotiate with her or force her to do it. And sometimes
he's like, I will reward you. No reward system.
Yes.
That always works.
That too. It's like, if you do this, I'll do that kind of thing.
I'll wash dishes if you just meditate for 15 minutes. Come on.
I'm just saying, I'm trying. I really am.
Yeah, I like that. So what else do you have going on? You're a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce,
yes.
And so they do a lot of different things. And you're the treasurer, so you're like the youngest one on the board.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one on the board, 31, and the whole story with the Black Chambers of Commerce is it's an interesting one because it's like it's one of those things that happened accidentally, and it's now just kind of like. It's all coming into fruition.
Actually, you said that a lot of things have been happening accidentally. Maybe it was accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, there was a purpose behind it for sure. They needed more young black business leaders in the community, and they needed more out of the young folks. So they figured, come grab me. And then plus they saw me like always in shape, always motivating people, and they're looking at me like, wow, this guy's like a diamond in the rough. We need to get this guy on our board. And I'll never forget it. I actually met the VP, who's still the VP, Curtis. I met him at the United Chamber Christmas party in 2021. I remember I was there with another mutual friend of mine. His name is Lazarus Pettis. Shout out to Lazarus, my guy, your solar guy. But I was there with him. I met Curtis for the first time, and I winded up meeting the NAACP president, Jeremy Coleman, that same night for the first time. And I remember Curtis was talking to me and Laz like, man, we need more young black men on the Black Chamber board like you. I see everything you're doing, but definitely give it a consideration. Sure enough, my first meeting I was in with the Black Chambers, I was already inducted into the board as the parliamentarian. Then through all the stuff we went through in 2022, I remember Curtis and I had a conversation, was like, I had a vision, man. I envisioned you being our treasurer and just moving up into the rankings, and here I am, the treasurer. And it's funny because he had one of those little I see a vision conversations like a couple nights ago, and he was already telling me my vision on what's to come for like 2024 and beyond, and I'm just like, if he speaks all this into existence like he's been speaking everything else into existence, people aren't going to be ready for what's to come. And I'm not going to say everything that's going to come, but just know the rest of 2023 for the Black Chambers of Commerce is going to surprise a bunch of people. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of it. There's a bunch of talented people on the board, to where we bring something different to the table, and when we all come
It's just welcoming. I mean, when we went to the all black party,
the all white party,
the all white party for the Black Chamber of Commerce, it was so much fun. It was like a different morale, I think. Like with the band and the location and the people and the food, like it just everything was.
And here's another there's like so many backstories to all these events, and to kind of dive into that one, how that happened. When we was in Washington D.C., me, Curtis, our president Coretta Graham, and our now parliamentarian Dr. Tammy Francis, we all went to Washington D.C. last year. We went to this it was like a little party that they had. It was like one of these little secret exclusive parties after like the whole conference and everything was over and done with. This is how you know a party's exclusive. When you have to have a certain code name to get into a party, that's how you know it's exclusive and it's top-notch stuff. But anyways, after we got into the party, I remember us just being in there. It was like open bar. You know, everybody was getting as many drinks as they wanted. And I remember me and Curtis looked at each other and we were like, man, how much are the drinks? And they were like, man, it's open bar. You can get as much as you want. We just looked at each other. We were like, word? You shouldn't have told us that, number one. And number two, it was so different and it was so mind-blowing. And then that's where the vision, like, for people who don't know Curtis, he's such a visionary dude. And it's just like, he sees a vision and he's literally been speaking it into existence. And I remember when we was in that party, man, I just envision us doing something in the spring of 2023, something for us, like an all-white party or something like that. And this was just him just talking, drinking and stuff like that. We were both drinking a lot that night. There was so much that happened with that night that would probably blow your mind if I even said it, but I'll explain that maybe a little later. But yeah, the whole point was he spoke it into existence as far as the whole all-white party. And then to see it actually happen, I remember walking in the house before everyone was showing up, I was like, Curtis, you did it again. You son of a gun, you. I'm like, man. And it was fun, though. Mm-hmm. And there'll be plenty more for that came from. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to say it anyways. That's the first of many more to come. I'm just going to
That party made me realize I don't have very many white clothes.
Me either.
They get dirty. I have kids and shit. Like, look at our makeup artist. Like, everything I do. And so this is like the whitest shirt I got. But man, I had to go buy something. And I had like this amount of time. I didn't have very much time. And so I went to Flower Bluff Walmart. Mm-hmm. Seriously. And me and Sam's outfit was a Walmart outfit. But I spruced it up with like pants. Like I bought the pants and got a different shirt. But like tucked it in with like cute heels and just like, but I did. I went all out.
Regardless, y'all were dressed for the occasion and y'all pulled it off very well.
I just couldn't believe we don't have that many white clothes.
I don't either. That was the shirt I was wearing that night. That was literally, that was probably my best white shirt. I have another white shirt, but I figured, I have to wear like my all white polo shirt. I rarely wear that shirt, and it's secretly one of my favorite shirts. Like, I've worn that shirt in so many of my pictures, good pictures I've taken over the years, and it's like I had to bring that back.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was such. It was
like super windy.
It was.
And then the drinks were super good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, on the house like signature drinks. Those were super good.
Yeah, it was like a cranberry lemonade with vodka. Yeah.
But it had like fresh fruit in there and things.
Shout out to the bartenders who were there.
I had 2 of them. I was feeling pretty good. I was like, where are the sandwiches at?
I had like 2 or 3 myself. I was trying to keep up with Curtis because Curtis be drinking like a damn horse, and I'm just like, damn, man, you already on your second, third drink. I'm barely on my first and second.
That you know of.
I know that I know of, right? I'm like, man.
They were small glasses. I mean, like, this is not that big.
Yeah, it was like a little small glass like this. Like, you could drink that like in 4 or 5 sips if you really just gulped it.
But honestly, at a bar, that would have been like a $10 drink.
I know, that's how they get you every time.
It was a good time. It was a really good time. So, another thing you do is you write for the Crossroads of Coastal Bend newspaper. Everybody knows that I write for it, so we don't have to talk about me. And how badass my entertainment article is going to be too. But Clifton and I are the only ones that actually get our articles in on time.
and to add on to this, a lot of people don't notice that's actually how me and Felicia met.
Yeah.
Was because of the Crossroads.
Mhm.
And I saw her entertainment article, and I just thought, man, this girl seems like she's cool as shit. I need to know her. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And
It's
then
just,
you came in my old studio. Yeah.
I came into the old studio, and we just hit it off. We had like a good, hour and a half maybe
Yeah.
conversation, something like that. And it's just like,
Then I had you on a podcast for Mr. Wendell.
shout out to Mr.
Mr.
Wendell.
Wendell.
Yeah, Mr. Wendell, I was on his podcast, and then that was when we kind of were still getting to know each other, and that's when our bond continued to like grow and develop and everything. And it's like, I remember one of the first, when we first met, and whenever you were telling me everything as far as what you were doing, I'm just thinking to myself, this is like a one-stop shop. That, and it's like, thank you, God. All of my prayers of what I've been needing for the last 6 months to a year is now starting to open up and reveal itself. And I'm just like, thank you, God. And then on top of that, fun fact that you may not know about both of us, we're both Aries.
Yeah.
So all Aries get along because, one, we're natural born leaders. Two, we know what we want. And three, don't piss us off because
We're fire signs.
we will burn the shit down. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real, dude. And you know what? We're so close knit though that like I've met Lou through you. Y'all have y'all's thing. Y'all have incorporated me into different aspects of both y'all's like businesses. But I mean, you honestly do a lot of things too. Besides, like you do personal training,
Mm-hmm.
and then you do meditation, and then you do a writer, and so. I think the fact that we both like are like octopus and have like a bunch of little tentacles in every little thing also is why like we can
relate to each other.
We can totally relate to each other, and there's a level of understanding, when something arises or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, like we've seen a growing in your following. We've seen that you're doing a lot more events than you were doing and getting a way better response to how you're communicating your overall plans and of your book and the content layout and everything.
Just for the record, guys, I didn't do all of this myself. This woman's sitting right next to me has a big part of that, because you can only do so much on your own. Sometimes you gotta. This is what I want people to leave with on as far as this episode more than anything. You're not alone on this. Sometimes you have to rely on people who are better than you in certain things. That way it can help elevate yourself. And then who knows? Maybe you may bring something to the table that they may want. And then next thing you know, paths are being crossed. Like, look what's happened with me and Felicia. Look at what we're doing. And we're still going strong. And we're going to continue to go strong. That's what's the scary thing about it is we're only, what?
In our 30s.
Well, that, and plus we're only 3 months into what we've been doing.
It's only been 3 months. Mm-hmm.
And it feels like we've done so much, but we're just barely getting started. There's so much more to come.
It's only been 3 months. It has only been 3 months.
It only has been 3 months. January, yeah. January, February, March, yeah. We're in the month of April.
Dang, look at us just flying by.
Yeah.
What is it? Things fly by when you're having fun, or what is that?
Exactly.
Like
Time flies
by. Time
by.
flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, what's your article about at the Crossroads?
The article that I did on the Crossroads, it's kind of like 2023 so far has kind of basically been me picking up on where I left off in 2022. It's like,
this is the newspaper we're talking about.
For everybody who's listening, for everybody who's watching, it's the Crossroads paper right there.
Yeah, and you can Google it, Crossroads, a South Texas newspaper. There's not very many newspapers, so you're not going to get confused,
exactly.
I swear.
I want to give a special shout out to Kathy Bellaforte and Jane Gregorio, because they're the ones who put together the whole vision of the Crossroads of South Texas. And funny story on how I got involved with that. Basically, I'll never forget it. We went to eat dinner. It was me, Kathy, and Janie. We went to eat dinner at this. It was one of these little Mexican restaurants. It was the one where they had like the real organic Mexican food. I forget what the name of it was. It's right over there off of Morgan and something like that. But
Oh yeah, that's real organic.
yeah. For those who live in Corpus Christi, Texas, they know what I'm talking about when I mention that area and Mexican food. But
19th and Morgansburg, it's hot.
it is. But I went there, we had dinner,
Good.
and then we was like, hey, we want to do a story with you on the Crossroads. This was like in 2022. And that was when I first met them. And then we did the story. I'll never forget it. Like, we finished eating dinner, and then Jane literally pulled out her microphone and all this, and like, oh, we're gonna do the interview with you right here, right now. I'm like, wait, what? I just got finished eating. We're doing this right now? I mean, of course, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So that mentality within me kind of flipped the switch real quick. I'm like, all right, we're doing this. Let's do this. But then fast forward, from having my own story being featured in the Crossroads to me actually writing my own article. And it's like, the whole article is basically about, continuing like what I learned in 2022 as far as with, of course, my own journey establishing health, fitness, wealth, business, and just everything that's to come, kind of. And kind of how what I did in 2022 led to all the like relationships and all the things that I'm affiliated with now, as far as like Black Chambers of Commerce, Mission of Mercy, of course yourself, many more people I can go down the list of. And it's just like it was me kind of just reminding people, hey, what I learned in 2022 is you have to save to invest to build yourself up. What I also learned in 2022 is that every action will make or break your character, stuff like that. And most importantly, what we're doing within the Black Chambers of Commerce as far as trying to uplift, inspire, and empower people just to make a difference and just show love to all the, not only just Black-owned businesses, but just minority businesses in general, because we all have something to say, and we all have a presence within the community, whether people realize it or not. And plus, we have a reason for that, because they're taking stuff from us to begin with, so it's like, we gotta remind people that.
Well, I don't want to cut us off. We're about at 42 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a good. We got somewhere today.
We did, and it's crazy because it's like I rarely do like sit down interviews, and this was fun.
Thank you. Yes, it was. I really appreciate you being here. I'm on a new schedule today because of my situation earlier. I got to pick up my son at 3:30. Can't get him off campus. He's not allowed to walk through campus. I laughed, but I was crying about it earlier. Anyway, so thank you so much. We're gonna have to do a follow-up in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, because I just didn't realize we've only known each other 3 months. It feels like so much longer. We have gotten so much done in a short amount of time that I think we'll have to do a follow-up pretty quickly.
Yeah, because there's so much stuff coming up, not only just at the end of this month, but I haven't even gotten to all the stuff for Juneteenth and all that stuff in the summer.
The whole summer, yeah.
It's going to be big, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that I'm going to be going to Washington, D.C. again with the Black Chambers for the United States Black Chambers of Commerce National Convention again. There's so much that I have going on to where it's like, follow-up is probably going to be needed.
Yeah.
Because we could talk for hours and hours really as far as what not only what I have going on and what I have in store, but just us talking in general, because look at us. I
know. I was like, man, I didn't think it got away from us. I do want, we're going to be working on your video, so everybody like, follow, and share all his social media for the chance for to see like new content and be updated on all his events and things that he has going on, and so that you can purchase his book or anything else that he has. We're going to be working on swag and things, so there's a lot of things coming up.
All I'm just going to say is, like Felicia said, just basically contact me, stay in touch with me. I mean, I'm always on Facebook. You could literally search my personal Facebook by my name, Clifton Pope, or the business page, Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business. You can literally put that into Facebook, it'll come up. I'm on Instagram. You could add me at cpope_44. I'm on TikTok. You can follow me at healthfwealthb.cp, my official TikTok. Visit my website, healthfitnesswealthbusiness.com/CP. And if you don't know what CP is, that's my initials, so I can make it official and let people know that it's mine. Search me on YouTube, Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and yeah, Dollar and a Vision, my second book that I wrote and self-published, is officially on Amazon. Please buy the copy, and for those who purchased What's Wealth Without Work and they thought that was a good book, wait till you read this one. And for
Or just bundle them up and buy them as a pair.
Exactly. If you, read What's Wealth Without Work before you buy Dollar and a Vision. So as a matter of fact, buy them both at the same time, support the cause, and just, hey, continue to follow the journey of health, fitness, wealth, business, because all we're doing is hustling and motivating, y'all.
Yes. I love it. Thank you so much for your time.
And y'all continue to stay healthy, wealthy, and blessed. Peace and love, y'all.
Please do. Blessed.
Always.
Yes. All right. Thanks for y'all tuning in to Phel Me podcast, because hashtag you Phel Me podcast.
And we gonna make you feel us every time. Holla!